Hello students, this is your course on blogging and tools. In this video on creating blog content, we are going to talk about optimization of blog posts. We are at the stage where your blog post is ready to be published. You have taken care of the categorization, tagging, addition of alt text, caption, headings, title. You have created brilliant content, and you have even designed and inserted some useful media like images or perhaps slides or anything which could add to the overall value for your reader. Now, once that is done, you also have to check whether your blog post is optimized or not. A lot of bloggers think that this is something to be worried about or taken care of at a later time, and therefore in the early phases, the early 50 or 100 or sometimes even 500 posts that they create, they forget about the optimization angle altogether. And once the blog has reached a particular scale, a particular level, that's when it becomes a Herculean task to go back and optimize the old posts or old content which is already existing on the site, and it takes away from the overall experience. So to avoid that from happening, ensure that your blog posts are optimized from the get-go. As soon as you're beginning to build your blog, you pay some attention to optimization. It's it's important because there are some inherent benefits to optimizing, especially in terms of traffic increase, which is very organic, very natural. Your target readers would be able to find your blog by doing basic Google search or any search using any search engine for finding answers to their queries, and you won't be even promoting your blog actively, and it'll still be driving up traffic if your content is relevant and your posts are optimized. Optimization is also very cost effective and it increases sites usability. And if you think about it, it hardly takes a lot of time and effort. But whatever time and effort it takes, and even if you land up spending a little bit money on creating an SEO friendly content or using perhaps some paid SEO tools, the return on investment is incredible, primarily in terms of improved traffic and improved reader engagement. And if that is what your objective for your blog is, you eventually want to have high traffic blog, you want to deliver value by way of quality content to as many people as possible, and eventually you want to monetize your blog also, then definitely optimizing is something which you cannot ignore, and you should be doing from the very beginning itself. The flexibility that optimization offers is also way more than paid promotion or marketing of the blog, which you would eventually explore when your blog has grown to a certain point and you want to improve your revenue. But in the beginning phase, since it's almost free of cost, makes a lot of sense to invest in optimization and create every single blog post with that mindset, so that at a later time you'll thank yourself that you had the sense and you created a piece of content which is not just search engine friendly but is also reader friendly. Now, to optimize your blog content, there are some basic on page SEO activities which you can do. I'm deliberately not covering off page SEO because we're talking about blog optimization, post optimization. And off page SEO activities are very similar to promotion of the blog, which you can indulge in, which you can engage in after you have created sufficient content for your blog and you have at least started gaining some traction from the market. So, initially, what you should be paying attention to is, first of all, keyword inclusion in your metadata and text. In the previous video, also, we were talking about this. When you're designing your metadata, remember you've done a thorough keyword research, you have derived your blog topic out of those keywords, and these keywords are indicating to you how people are searching in that particular topic area or niche. So it makes sense to include these keywords so that at any time anyone searches for these keywords again, your blog post has an opportunity, has a chance to emerge in the So, ranking. So you have to remember to include important high search volume keywords in not just your metadata but in the blog text also. Having said that, don't overpopulate, make it contextual, use keywords that make sense. In fact, use long tail keywords because they are more likely to appear in specific searches and give you very relevant readership and traffic. Then you have to learn to build internal links and social media links also on your blog. Now, internal links is, of course, not applicable with your very first blog post, but as you start building your second blog post, you must remember to link that post somehow with the first blog post, and that can only happen if you have a well defined content calendar and there is some kind of continuity and logic in how you are publishing your blog post. So every time you're creating a new post, remember to link it back to some of your old posts so your readers can naturally discover meaningful and helpful content on your blog without having to explore the categories. So that is something that also increases your blog's SEO performance because search engine crawlers value internal links and there is a lot of weightage given to this while determining ranking of the page or authority of the page on which you are running your blog. Then you must remember to add images, PDFs, videos, and other media to almost every post. Sometimes, yes, you may be short of time and may want to just create a text based post. If that is the case, and if that is what your blog creation is going to be like, always spend some time when you have to create a library of images, stock images, generic images which are relevant to your blog niche, so that whenever you're publishing a new post and don't have time to create new media or search for new relevant images, you can use something from this library of images that you have created. This again improves the overall appeal and overall way in which your post is presented to your readers, and it also optimizes the reader experience for with the post. So adding images or some kind of media to post is a definite yes if you want optimized content to be created. Then remember to add tags and categories. This is yes similar to what we discussed in creating metadata, but adding tags and categories is yes very helpful in optimizing your post, not just for your readers but for your search engine crawlers also that are indexing your blog, that are allocating SERP rankings to your blog. And since you want to have organic traffic which you have earned with good quality content, makes sense to tag and categorize every single blog post that you publish. And lastly, of course, whatever media you publish, remember to write captions and alt text and give alt tags so that the media is easily readable by search engine crawlers and the context of every media is easily understood by your target audience. Now, you would notice that all of these optimization activities, although they are from the point of view of search engine crawlers, they are ultimately contributing to the reader's experience on your blog site as well. And that is the reason whenever you're creating content for your blog, you have to do activities, especially from the point of view of building metadata and optimization of blog post, which may not be as creative, which may be painstaking, and which may actually discourage you from creating new content very frequently. But in the long run, they can actually lead you to build a blog which is way superior from the drivel that exists on online, and it is something that should be adopted as a best practice by you, irrespective of whether you're creating a personal blog or you are managing a blog for a company or a client. So that's about creating content for blog. Next up, we'll talk about monetizing the blog. Once you have now your blog posts ready, you have published 1, 10, 20, 100 of those. Now it's time to figure out how you can monetize your blogs. That's what we'll be doing in the next chapter. Until then, thank you.